Yeah.
Okay, session 4. Here we go. Big day today. Drivers. This is one of the biggest things that I always see with students where we have to know what differentiates them from iron play. So you got 14 clubs in your bag. You got a putter, you got irons, you got a couple woods, and then you got the driver. Every other club in your bag, other than the driver, is meant to hit down and hit the turf. That is one of the biggest misconceptions in golf, is that, oh, well, 3 wood's swinging up, a 5 wood's, no, they're not. They're all swinging downward. So a big part of what we're going to do with Anthony's driver is really take out that left shot and show him how to actually hit up on that thing. This is getting to scratch. Let's go.
Woo! The big stick day. The big stick day.
So, I quit investment banking. I walked away from PowerPoint decks and Excel formulas because honestly, my soul was on back order. Now, I've got a new mission to become a scratch golfer. Sounds easy, right? Wrong. I'm currently a proud card-carrying member of the Double Bogey Club. But lucky for me, I've got this guy, PGA Pro, lifelong friend, and the only one who believes my slice can be fixed. Can he transform me into a scratch golfer, or will I end up with more divots than dignity? This is getting a scratch. Because, let's be honest, chasing birdies beats chasing bonuses.
A big part of understanding how to hit up on this driver too is understanding setup, understanding where the club head needs to go. We talk about bottoming out the club and everything like that. So when that driver is working downward, a lot of the times what's happening is, especially in Anthony's case, it's closing. So we did a little warm up, we're seeing some shots, a lot of those misses are going left. And for someone who's missed it left for 34 years, I'm trying to make sure you don't have my itis. So here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit a couple shots here and understanding the value of what the tee tells you. So even if it's just some short ones, the goal is to pick the ball up off the tee. There's so many times where so many people, the tee goes flying and they think that they're doing something really cool. No, that's the worst thing possible because that driver is actually heading down into the ball, making the tee come out of the ground. So I'm gonna hit a couple here and just show you, even if we're just talking small swings, I wanna see if I can make that ball, you can see, even with a small swing, I still made it move. So the more and more that I can make this thing come off of the tee without it moving, I know that I'm swinging up on it. That one was pretty good. You can see how much straighter that can be. So in order to fix a lot of the issue that Anthony has as far as making that ball go left, if the more and more you're swinging up on it, guess what happens to that face? It gets to stay super open. The more and more you're hitting down on it, that thing gets super close. Let's start small. That thing is gonna go wider, but then it's almost gonna feel like it gets that way to hit up on it. You want that club working like that, super small. Even if they're just little chips.
Yeah, we'll probably start with little chips.
Good, and you can see Anthony already does a really good job of keeping that right shoulder down, so we can start there. That's a big key with the driver. A lot of people start with level shoulders, so that's bad. Close. Because you can see, this one, he got it nice and wide. Now we got to return it back the same way. But a big part of it is just understanding, like, where does up actually feel? That was good. You got that face 1 degree open. Yeah. Looks good. And again, my job is to always teach you in opposites. If the miss is big left, I'm going to make sure that you know what to do, and then we'll get into how to practice with that club. Good. Even smaller, even just little chips. There we go. Now we're talking. And that's improvement, even in 2 shots. Like to be able to feel like when you see this on the screen, 5.1 open, 5.2 to the right.
Yeah.
So clearly hitting up on it, adds loft, makes the ball go right. Clearly hitting down on it makes the ball go low, it makes the ball go left, which is the big miss in your case. Keep going at that size, that speed. That was really nice. And a lot of it is just understanding what the face needs to do too. Great. Great. Now we're starting right. So even if that thing does feel like it gets a little off the toe or something like that, at least it's starting on the right spot.
Right. I would take that.
Oh yeah, and especially some of those pulls that you hit when you first warmed up. I mean, you went from 3.5 closed in your warm up to 6 open now.
Yeah.
Like, that's drastic. And then when we speed it up, that 6 will obviously go a lot smaller.
Yeah.
The harder and harder you swing, the more speed you add, the more the face is going to close. Okay, go a little bigger. Good, so great. Oh, that was beauty right there. That was beautiful.
Oh boy.
And total opposite too, and like.
Total opposite. That was.
Oh, that was not. And you see where it's starting according to your target line.
Nice and easy.
5-3 open, 5-3 right. That's nice.
And that was like a bunt.
So yeah, that's like a chip. But in order for you to feel what actually feels like hitting up on it actually means,
Yeah.
it's a direct correlation between you and the face and where it's actually trying to go. But I think everyone always wants to go with the driver 150 miles an hour, and that's not the right thing to do. Perfect. So now we eliminate left already, 6
Yep.
balls into this,
Yep.
and you understand what makes a left shot, what makes a right shot.
Yeah.
Keep going. This is where I get to be quiet. Beautiful. Yeah, and look at you hit that one a little bit harder, so it goes from 6 open to 3.3 open. That's really good. That's a huge change in 7 shots.
All right.
Good. Make it a little bigger. Don't make it harder. Just make it bigger. Close.
That's a big of red
A little
eye.
anxious. You just want to see where the hell it was going. And you can see that one goes to 2.7 close.
That was close.
That was close. 2.7 close. So you can see as you go to make it bigger, your tendency is to make it want to shut down. So you're hitting down on it, that face gets closed, it goes low and low. Close. One 5 closed. So you can see, it's always going to be, in your case, especially for how straight you aim, it's always going to be a correlation to left if that face gets closed for you with that club. If you want to aim right and do that, I'm fine with that, but we'll get into that with the practice part. I'll let you choose. It's okay. At least this is a good part too here, like instructor-wise. Like we always want the instant gratification to help them too, but it's good to let them hit some crappy ones for a little bit. Like he striped it from ball 2 to ball 7, now ball 7 to 11. He's feeling a little bit different, but it's only because he's speeding up. So that speed up is resulting in some of his old tendency, but let him do that. You don't need to hold their hand completely all the way through this. Their job is to feel this. Like this is such an instant gratification world now. Like no, let them go for a little bit. You got plenty of time in the lesson. There you go. And I think sometimes you got to take that type of like consequence attitude to the practice part too. Close. In the teaching world, I always try to give him the hardest thing first. Like, so if I can give him the hardest understanding first and he can get over that, now let's fix the easier things that will create a little bit more of that cause and effect relationship. I've always thought that he's played the ball too far back in the stance with the driver. So if you're getting to that ball too soon, then that face is already starting to shut, as opposed to it being further up, it's almost like you could leave that thing open there longer. If it's back here, guess what's going to happen? It's going to shut down the buck. Let's hit somewhere it's way further up in your stance than what you feel.
Way further up.
Way further up.
Oh, wow. Well, Okay.
Way
further up.
There you go. Yep, line it up off your left toe. There you go, perfect.
Just take this step.
Yep, there you go. There, now you got the same thing. Start with some small chip shots. Let's see what we get. Great, look at where that one starts. So I think the cause and effect is the ball gets too far back in your stance.
Yeah.
You hit down on it so much because it is too far back in your stance. And then all of a sudden there's nowhere for it to go.
I came across.
Oh yeah. That's the panic one where it's like, oh god, it's so far up, let me close it to reach it. Great. And this is good, because if you that's good, because guess what that club's trying to do? It's trying to get behind and up.
Yeah.
So people that actually hit behind it with their driver are actually trying to get that club to work behind and upward. That's the best thing you can do. That was perfect. It's good. It's the total opposite.
It is. It's the total opposite.
And when we speed it up, that will go away. Look at that. 12-3 open. Okay. You said 20 minutes ago, how on earth am I supposed to get this club open? That was perfect.
Way open. I saw that shit.
Oh, that's great.
Jesus Christ.
That's great. Okay, now go full out. Same thing.
Oh my God.
Hello.
Hello. Oh my God.
So it's worth it. Like, it's worth that 20 minutes of baby steps for you to hit a drive that's like that. That is completely different. Like, so now you're hitting draws from 4-2 open with the face. That's oh, close. Man, that was the right everything. Just popped it up.
I did.
Close, but it's okay. Well, at least, yeah. Oh, that's really close. Sue, just go ahead and take your shot off for me. I just want to show people this too. It's like, one of the things that's super important about the driver is, like, we call it returning it. Like, you have to return the club kind of the same way of how you started, if not completely opposite than your irons. Because again, swinging up versus swinging down with your irons. So people that struggle with hitting low shots that with the face closed or pop-ups people always think happen because they think the ball's teed up incorrectly. It's because the club is going from wide to narrow. It's going wide to straight down. So if we just talk about returning it the same way, if you want to take it back nice and low, just return it nice and low. That's it. Just return the club. So the reason why you've gotten a lot better here with these is because you start to return it the right way. Oh, that was close. I just think that's you trying to, like, hit it too hard.
Yeah.
Like, that looks like an undisciplined, like, train of thought. Totally different guy. Like, that's you making a swing instead of you trying to hit it super hard. There's so many times where I felt like I've either won or lost a golf tournament from off the tee and everything. And I don't think people really know how to practice the extremes. Like,
Yeah.
And for two people who have always missed it left, like, that's just something that I'm always trying to work on the tee when I'm practicing a little bit. Create some situations that have some consequence. I don't care if you're fake gambling with your friends, whatever it is. I told Anthony on a shot 12 balls ago, it's like, hey, if this goes left, you owe me 100. Well, that ball wasn't going left. Create some of that stuff in your mind, like, so especially when you're practicing. So when you're up here, use the simulator, use outside. We're here in the winter in upstate New York, so it's like, use that. So now all of these all have to be right of the white disc. Yep. So you got out of bounds to the left. That ball can't go left of those stakes. I don't care how far right it goes because you got the world to the right. Learn opposites here. That was beautiful. That's one of the best swings I've ever seen you make. Close. Started over there. But at least you know.
Yeah.
And none of these that you've hit that have been bad are starting left like they used to.
Right.
Great job. Love it. And this is where accepting shots is a big part of, like, maturity in golf swing. Great. Love it. Because you think that's a bad shot. Great job. We're gonna end on that one. As far as driver goes, people always think that like because it's got the head that's this big and they think it's the easiest club to hit. It's the opposite. It's total opposite of all the irons, all the woods. Every other club hitting down it's really tough. And to see the fact that when we first started this, Anthony goes, I have no clue how to leave this club open. Like always, we never do more than 3 things. Knowing that ball position was affecting the ability to leave that open resulted in some completely different shots, and then also it creates some different practice stuff too. So now he can come out here, he can hit some shots that he knows are going to start right, and if they stay right, that's great. That's the opposite of what the miss that he's always had. So moral of the story, know what that cause and effect is, use the consequential practice, driver gets better incrementally. This isn't about hitting it far, hitting it far, hitting it far. This is about guys that take doubles because they hit it into the trouble and then they randomly hit one down the middle of the fairway.
Yep.
And no, let's have the bad one end up in the middle of the fairway with a little bit in the right rough instead of out of bounds left. This is getting a scratch, he's getting pretty good.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Ayo with the big stick.